Hey FCC kids! We are so excited that you decided to join us this week. We would love to interact with you, so make sure that you comment below. Make sure you say, Josh was here. We'd love to see that. And make sure that you like and share, okay? Over to you, Pastor Isa.
Hey everybody, it's Pastor Isa here. Today we are learning that God is the greatest. In our Bible story today, we're going to learn of a few people that wanted to be the greatest. In fact, they wanted to be famous and well known. Has there been a time you wanted to be famous? If so, what was it for? Don't wanna be all by myself. Hey, Thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming to my concert. Thank you. Woo! Yes, thank you. Yeah. And who am I setting this for? Lucas? Okay. Thanks for coming to my concert, Lucas.
Bruh.
It seems like these days anyone can be famous. You don't need to be a pop star or a movie star to be famous. Now, I'm sure many of you guys know TikTok. A lot of people are TikTok famous now, or they make YouTube videos. People can literally be viral and be famous overnight. Isn't that crazy? Now, being famous isn't a bad thing. There's so much good that can come out of being famous and well known. And the best thing you can do as a famous person is actually lead a lot of people to Jesus Christ. Now, in our story today, that's not what these people did. They actually wanted to be famous for themselves. They wanted to reach God and be just like God, great and mighty. Now that is not okay. Let's read Genesis 11 verses 1 to 4.
At one time, all the people of the world spoke the same language and used the same words. As the people migrated to the east, they found a plain in the land of Babylonia and settled there. They began saying to each other, "Let's make bricks and harden them with fire." In this region, bricks were used instead of stone, and tar was used for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let's build a great city for ourselves, with a tower that reaches into the sky. This will make us famous and keep us from being scattered all over the world."
You see these people that worked together to try to build this humongous tower? They wanted to make a name for themselves. They wanted to be famous, but not famous for God and not to glorify God. It was to glorify themselves. Let's make a tower. Now, as the builders were building this long, massive tower, God does something amazing and miraculous. So what did he do? He confused the people. Each one of them started speaking different languages, so they couldn't understand each other anymore. They all got confused, and eventually they left what they were building because they didn't really know what to do and they couldn't communicate to each other. God is the greatest, and we don't need to be. You see, the people in the story, they just wanted to have so much fame and they wanted power like God. But the reality is God is sovereign. He's all-powerful, and we can never be like him. But these people tried to be, and that was their problem. Based on the story, do you think being famous is bad? No, like I mentioned earlier, you can do so many good things by being famous. You can have a good impact in the world, but you can also make a bad impact. Some people try to be powerful and famous to hurt other people, to oppress the poor and the sick. And God hates that, and God doesn't want us to be like that. He wants us to use our influence and power for good. We don't know all the details of what was going on in that story, but we do know they wanted to make a name for themselves. They were prideful, and God was humbling them by changing their languages and confusing them. They were focused on themselves and not God. When we do our very best and work with other people to do good, we can still focus on God. We can point to how He is the greatest, and no one else can compare to that. What's one way you can point to God instead of yourselves this week? Think about it. One way you can do it is praising God and just saying, God, you are so good and no one else is like you. Your glory is higher than the heavens and you are so loving, so forgiving. Remember, kids, that God is the greatest and we don't have to be. Let's choose to praise Him this week.
Wow, God is so amazing. I'm so glad that He gave us talents and abilities so that we could use them to show other people God's love. Thank you guys for joining us this week. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to our videos and share them with your friends. All right? We'll see you next week.